Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, my question of today is, what would you do when crypto makes you a millionaire? Would you tattoo the XRP logo, for example? I actually got inspired to ask that by Ink Loves You, who said in one of my comments, who else getting a XRP logo tattooed when it makes us all millionaires? Got a ton of likes, and I was like, I want to know what you guys think about that. So put it in the comment section down below, and also make sure you press the like button and subscribe if you are enjoying the daily crypto content. Now, today we have a couple of updates, and I actually want to elaborate a little bit about what's to be coming in the next 24 hours because, well, here in the Netherlands is the 29th, so today is going to be a heavy day, and we're finally there. So first of all, we got a little bit of an update on some of the speakers over at the event of today from Ripple. Ripple's regional Swell online event. And by the way, if you applied for this event and you actually got through, send me a message on Twitter or something like that, because, well, nobody I've talked to got through and got into the conference. So I want to know how you did it, and also if there is something we can share, because I think that would be pretty cool. But let me know in the comment section or on Twitter. Update. Speakers. Jacques Zielbergeld, International Business Development at Banco Rendimento. Sumit Rastogi, which we talked about earlier, Ripple employee. Reid Luhtanen, Executive Director, U.S. Faster Payments Council. Robin King, Lead for Industry Relations, Payments Canada. And Pat Thielen, Ripple. And then here you can see, that's one to watch. We'd love more insight there of Reid Luhtanen, the Executive Director over at U.S. Faster Payments Council. And really at this point, it's going to be really exciting. All right, it's going to be really a lot more exciting than it was before. And this is actually just one of the two parts. I don't know where I have the other part, but you saw it in my previous video, so you guys most likely know. And we also covered the people in there already. But this is going to be huge, and I'm pretty damn excited for it. Now, one thing I also noticed when looking through these comments is that a lot of people said, well, XRP is not going to be going to $50 just from a conference like this. And that is most likely, unfortunately, very true. But remember when XRP dipped below 12 cents around March? Remember all the people that called XRP dead, shitcoin, scam, etc.? Remember all the people that sold because they lost patience? Well, they'd be up around 100% had they invested all that time at the time. Think about that. And that's something I want to give you guys as well. Even though maybe this event won't get at the price instantly, it will, first of all, add to the fundamentals. And in my opinion, it's mostly about the announcements that could be made at this event that could be huge. Maybe not the event itself, all right? It's about what they will tell, what they will talk about, and maybe not think about the price all the time, but also think about what we're doing here, investing in at least XRP, hopefully in the future, or Ripple as well. Just think about what they're doing and how huge it is going to be. A conference like this just confirms again the use case that we are kind of betting on or investing in, and the expansion / road of that investment. On the contrary though, I'll be very happy if XRP is $5, $8, $9, but as of the moment, I'm more focused on it breaking its all-time high, that's all. And that's one thing you guys should all take into consideration as well. It's really not about getting $10,000 per coin or $1,000 or $500 or even $10. It's really just claiming the next step by the next step. So I would say next step, first of all, is 25 cents, all right? Good barrier. I want to breach that, and then we can move further. If it breaches 25, let's see for 50, right? If it breaks 50, let's see for $1, then let's see $3, then let's see all-time high. And from that point on forward, we can start to talk about $5 and then $10 and then move it on forward. The only bad part about it is, well, it could all happen within the next 3 days. I mean, who really knows? These coins sometimes go up like crazy where you really didn't expect anything to happen and it just surges past. And from that perspective, you could better worry about not 25 cents, but really about 50 cents. But it's the idea that counts there, that you shouldn't maybe be worried about things that are 10 years in the future, but think about things that are really, really at grabbing distance or at their grasp. You guys know what I mean. All right, having said that about Ripple for just now, the second important event of today, of course, is Cardano. And I got a couple of other articles and things here to cover, but I want to first check this out because, well, these are breaking and really, really important for your portfolio if you are holding them. Cardano ADA, everything you need to know about the Shelley hard fork. This article attempts to answer any questions you may have regarding Cardano's upcoming Shelley network upgrade, aka hard fork. What is the purpose of the Shelley hard fork? According to IOHK, the Shelley phase in Cardano's development roadmap is all about decentralization. And I guess this part I don't really have to read because, well, we all understand exactly what Shelley is going to be doing. It's going to make it 50 to 100 times more decentralized. It's going to be the new Ethereum killer. The staking is going to be golden, hugely profitable is what they've said. And they've just been really, really positive about everything surrounding that. When is the Shelley hard fork happening? And by the way, to this, it's like they didn't have it before, but with the Shelley phase, they are going to be having it. So that's again why it's a big transition phase and why it's going to be such a huge upgrade. When is it happening? Assuming everything goes well, the hard fork should take place 21:44:51 UTC today, July 29th. If I hold my ADA on a centralized crypto exchange, is there anything I need to do before the hard fork takes place? No. There's no token/coin swap to worry about. After the hard fork, the Cardano mainnet will be running the Shelley software instead of the Byron version of the blockchain. And as soon as the exchange where you're holding ADA upgrades their infrastructure to be Shelley compatible, you will be able to access your ADA. What if I'm holding my ADA in the Daedalus wallet? Well, just simply download the new version. It will be completely fine. And it will be like old ADA and new ADA in there. What about staking pools? Within a few hours after the hard fork has been completed, pool registration should be enabled. A few hours after that, these pools should show up in Daedalus. How soon can I start delegating and staking? As soon as the stake pool has been registered and became visible. What if I have other questions that have not been answered here? In any case, please refer to the Shelley hard fork fact guide linked to in the following tweet by IOHK. You can see here forum.cardano.org/t/the Shelley. What else is it? Well, you just check out the tweet here. The Shelley hard fork, all you need to know, 36553. It's going to be very interesting for people that still have the questions that have not been answered here because, well, it's all in there. So check it out. They probably know a lot more than you do, but this is a little bit of the nitty bitty pieces of info that you really, really need to know about. If you're more elaborate ones, you need to check it out yourself, but I think everybody is better off knowing a little bit about this. All right, Anya Manuel. And by the way, I'm having such a toothache. It is so annoying. I've not had that in years, or at least a couple of years, and I forgot all about it. You know, the sayings in Dutch, if you're Dutch, you know what I'm talking about here. Yeah, I now understand why they are there, because it's annoying. It's not that painful, but it's just really, really bothersome when trying to speak the whole day. But right. XRP is at a disadvantage to Bitcoin and Ether, and as both have received regulatory clarity as to their status by US agencies. Basically saying here, XRP is really, really disadvantaged in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum because it's not really completely clear if it's a currency or security or what. And what I have to say about that is that's just a time issue, right? That's just a matter of time before XRP is declared not a security. So I really don't worry about it. But in principle, it's true. XRP is at a disadvantage from that perspective because at this point they are behind. But again, Bitcoin and Ethereum are behind on some other huge amount of levels. And thus, in the end, it doesn't really matter too much. And I wouldn't, not sleep over this. All right, then over on the Ripple Insights page, the role of digital assets in the post-CV world. We actually discussed this, I believe, 2 days ago when another version of all of this came out. But there's actually a really interesting quote down below here. Gold doesn't really have any intrinsic value, says Barry. People believe it will hold its value because other people value it. There is, from that point of view, a parallel with cryptos. There isn't an industrial use for Bitcoin any more than there is for gold. People pay actual US dollars for it because they think other people will value it and pay actual US dollars for it. And I'm wondering, with intrinsic value, I would like to state that that is just the value that it has for being real, right? Because paper has a low intrinsic value because, well, I mean, it's there's such an abundance of it, and gold is just something real and it's scarce. All right, and with most things in the world out there, it's really not that scarce. You can really create a ton, and with gold, well, that's just not the case, which is why I think that it has intrinsic value. To a certain degree, with Bitcoin, I could say there is intrinsic value because, well, it's still decided by what we crazy fools decide to pay for it. And maybe the mining acts as a backup where you will need billions of dollars to be able to keep this running, and thus it is always backed. But to a certain degree, you can't really physically hold Bitcoin. I mean, through some third parties you can, but the real Bitcoin, no, it's really nothing you can touch. And with gold, it's really in your hand. So even if people decide to not value gold, anything anymore, you still have something, right? And with Bitcoin, if people decide to value it nothing, you have a line of code, which is practically worthless. And that's why I always find it a difficult discussion to say whether or not Bitcoin is really the same as gold in that regard, as even if nobody wants to value gold anymore, you still have something. You can still make things out of it. You can still make jewelry and all that type of stuff. And you still have something which there is a limited amount of in this world. Yeah. And with Bitcoin, that is true, but also not true, You guys get me. All right. Moving forward a little bit by, let's see here, Benny. I just signed up for a new co-working space called Yellow here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. They accept cryptocurrency payments, so I was excited to use some wallet and pay my membership fee in XRP. XRP that I had earned through Coil and web monetization on my blog. My mind is blown. And actually right in here, he went over to Thailand, or he is in Thailand, and he paid for his, what is now co-working space called Yellow with XRP through Xum. And he actually explains that a little bit. He just paid it from his earnings, but then he also got a 10% discount here. And he also said it's his first use case for crypto, where he is the first time he really used crypto to pay for something in the real world, which in my opinion is really, really amazing, really, really cool. And Vitsa, the developer, said, "Wow, goosebumps. This is so cool. Thank you for sharing this. You made my day, and the day of the XRPL Labs team, and the day of many more supporting the Internet of Value," which is, again, something I've really been thinking about a ton. But I think this is very, very positive and showing all the progress that we're making right this second. Cardano Hoskinson lays out post-Shelley roadmap. Charles Hoskinson has unveiled the roadmap for Cardano after the launch of Shelley, and according to the inventor of Cardano, the platform will be able to launch tokens and decentralized apps by 2021. Once the voting system is implemented, the first round of funding will be around $250,000 and will be available either in September or October, while the new funds will be open up every 6 to 8 weeks. That is actually for the next phase. You can see here about Voltaire. I actually don't know exactly what you guys know and what you don't know. I've covered a lot of this on the channel, but we've actually covered this months upon months ago, which might be why it's a little bit outdated, but it's all still the same info, at least good chunks of this. But to still read it, however, the Voltaire team will continue to work on the development of their product. Voltaire's team will begin with their process of registering people to vote and testing the framework of the voting system that the Cardano governance model will use. Voltaire is the final piece of the platform that will be implemented to make the Cardano platform a fully decentralized and self-sustaining system. Yeah. Once that is implemented, the first round of funding, Voltaire's team will not take a vacation or a break because they have to launch their product and they are working hard to do that. You will see more information about that on July 30th when we do the product update of each month. In the update, we'll talk about what the first round of funding will look like, what the DC fund is all about, and we will use this iterative process to evolve and turn on all of Voltaire's features. So to that, I would say, let's just wait a couple of days for the 30th to roll out, and I guess then we'll discuss it a little bit further. At this point, it will be a little bit of a waste of time to get too far into it, as again, we'll have to see. We will really have to see. I can't tell much more about it all, and yeah, I guess we'll see. Let's just wait it out. Then for DigiByte, a couple of positive things I just noticed popped up. DigiByte applications given good reasons for DigiByte price support to reach breach and skyrocket, and another article which said here, DigiByte continues to be the rising star, surprising friends and foes. Now to all of this, I would just say, I guess one thing, and that is that at this point, DigiByte is getting so much praise, so much news, that I think they've gotten out of a little bit of a bubble where it was just kind of a spiral downwards of no news, no updates, at least not on mainstream websites. And now they finally got out of that spiral with quite a ton of new content popping up every so often. And I think they're on a really, really good path with that, as that's all you're going to need, in my opinion, to appeal to bigger masses. I just think it's really, really amazing that they're getting themselves done. I don't know, however, how they got this all of a sudden and why. Because if you just type in DigiByte right now, you'll notice, there's not too much going on. And I'm wondering exactly why this is all of a sudden so trendy. But I really don't know too much about that. Is there anything new, though, about DigiByte too much? Well, not that much. I think the price is just doing interesting, which a lot of people have been talking about. And this part here, Sydney Evergon, the crypto expert, tweeted, DigiByte users can run their own Explorer. Any community member can get to know anything about the DigiByte transactions at the DigiExplorer. Everything under DigiByte very much under the community control. However, that is not new, that is not crazy, but still pretty cool. Alright guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Take care.